Hey there, Danielle Matthews here. I am super excited because every Tuesday I bring you real people having real results with this incredible redox signaling technology. It's something that changed my life, and I have spent the past 6 years educating people around the world about it. And I tell people all the time I get paid in goosebumps because of what I watch this do for people's health. And honestly, breakthroughs, they sound too good to be true. And so that's why I wanted to create this space where I can bring on some of those people whose lives I've gotten to touch, that I've literally watched shift right before my eyes. And today I'm really excited because Bob Sima is with us. And Bob is someone that I've gotten to know. We actually linked up through Facebook. So it's amazing how the world kind of interconnects us all and how our paths kind of cross one another. But Bob, why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself and tell everybody what it is that you do and who you are.
Oh, well, thanks for having me on. I'm really excited and honored to be in this space with you. So I'm a transformational singer-songwriter, and me and my wife travel around the world making music and creating beautiful experiences of people, leading them to their hearts through music and breath work and retreats and that kind of thing. And so that's what we've been doing in the last 10 years here on planet Earth as our service to humanity.
Oh, and guys, his music's incredible. Their website, okay, when I met Bob and I got to hear their music, they invited me onto one of their live Zooms because it was through COVID. And so his world in the music world changed in a big, big way. And I was so grateful because I got glued to my Zoom screen, the lyrics that are part of his music. And Bob writes all of his own music, and just what flows to him and through him, it'll uplift your soul. Bob, where can people find your music?
They can find it. They can Google my name, Bob Sima, S-I-M-A, or they can go to our website directly. It's wherethelightgetsin.us. Where the light gets in us. So
perfect. So I guess let's jump into things with the redox. So our worlds kind of crossed, and I shared with you my experience with this technology. But tell me what it was that attracted you to it originally.
Well, I mean, it was you actually. I mean, you had just such as you said, we met on social media, and I was really just kind of following your videos, and I'm like you're just like a luminary on planet Earth. I just love the way you do the you create an experience for people so that when they come to your Facebook page, they're getting something of value. So we just connected through that, and then when you reached out to me, which I'll thank you forever for that, about this technology, I was immediately like, yeah, I want to try it. I want to try it mainly for my wife, Shannon, who really needed it at the time.
Yeah. And I never forget calling to check in with how it was going, and you'd first gotten it and you had just fallen off your bike. And I remember going, oh, perfect, because now you can see the power of redox. And in hindsight, it's kind of funny that this almost stranger is like excited that you got in an accident. But share with everybody what you kind of saw with redox.
Well, yeah, it was my one moment of questioning you, but no, I'm kidding. I was a little taken aback. I'm laying in bed. I just had this horrible accident on my bike, laying in bed, and the phone rings, and you're saying, how's Shannon doing on the molecules on the redox? I'm like, I think she's doing well. She's having an immediate response, but I'm not in the place to talk. I fell off my bike. Anyway, I was, you mentioned to just try the gel on I had two, big road rash on my knees, and I said, okay, I'll give it a try. So I decided, since I wasn't sure what this stuff really was at the time, I'm going to put it on just one and see what happens. So just the way this transpired is I laid in bed for a day or two, and then I realized I need to get my wrist x-rayed because I'm pretty sure it was broken. So I, scraped myself up and got on some shorts and went over to the urgent care to get an x-ray. And when I walked in, and mind you, I've been putting on this redox on my knee, just the one, actually the worst one than the other one. And the doctor, when I walked in, I'm trying to show him my wrist, and he just keeps like looking down at my knees. He said, what's happening with your knees? And I'm like, well, it was part of the accident. And he commented, the comment he made was, what looks like one of them is kind of cleared up and getting cleared up, and the other one looks like you fell in the parking lot on the way in. How come they're in two different states of recovery? And I was like, ding, that's when the light bulb went off, and I realized we have got our hands on something really powerful here.
Yeah, and what Bob's talking about is the Redox gel, Renew 28. And it's so interesting because this stuff, you can localize where you put it. And so you tell your body, hey, let's call for help here. We need to stimulate some repair happening here. There's some damage going on. And the body can just do that faster. It's like more construction workers going to the job site. So I
Mhm.
love when people use the topical because it's like, it's easier to see it. And when you can see something happen, you go, okay, so then if I drink it, right, it's going to do that internally on the things that I can't, see and touch on a daily basis. So kind of share what happened with your journey of using the liquid.
Well, I came home and I'll be honest with you, I walked up to a full length mirror to see what my knees look like because you can't, you don't really see it from the angle that other people do. So I walked in and I was all freaked. I'm like, what was he talking about? And I looked at what he saw and I said, oh my gosh, look at that.
Mm.
I'm drinking this stuff too. I don't want to just have it on the outside. I want it on the inside. I mean, I had some things going on. I mean, just, I eat healthy, but I just have not, for decades, I have had digestive issues, just GI stuff, and just not functioning properly. And I tried everything. I've been a consumer of supplements and alternative medicines. I really never, like Western medicine really had nothing for me. They said, you have IBS, that's it, sorry. And, so when I had the response that I had, it took a month or two before, before it really kicked in, but I had like perfect function, which hasn't happened like since I was a kid. And I had energy that I haven't had since I was a kid. And I had the ability to go to the gym. I mean, my whole life changed. I mean, this was a game changer. This turned back like the clock on my body and my body that feels like it's aging, and now I feel like it's like been turned around. I feel like I've gotten like 30 years back on my ticker, on my time clock or whatever you want to call it. So
Yeah. I mean, this is like when I say I get paid in goosebumps, this phone call, when you shared this with me originally, it was like, gosh, taking your system back 30 years, allowing things to normalize so you start working like it did when you were younger. And to be able to have the energy to go to the gym. I mean, I'm watching you work out. We're like talking on the phone when you're at the gym, and I can just feel the enthusiasm in your voice. And not to mention, when you're feeling better, you can bring your gifts to the world in a different way, and you can show up differently with your music and with Shannon, your wife, and just in all aspects of life. Like when we don't have our health, we don't have much. And so to know that, this could bless you in that way, and you're going out and giving to the world in all the ways that you do. I'm so grateful that that Facebook would have
yeah,
suggested we be friends.
well, thank you forever for bringing this to us, and we've now been blessing with other friends as well and sharing it with people. But I can tell you that after getting on this product and having a new level of human experience, I guess that's the best way to say it, before and after. So before, we would go to gigs, we would climb into the van, and we would be like, ugh. I mean, I would be like just aching all over because we just left it all on the stage. We picked up all the gear. I mean, it's a lot of physical work, and we would just be literally just exhausted. Now we get in the car, in the van, and we're like, all right, you want to go get some food, or what do you want to do? I mean, it's like two different people. So, I mean, thank you for that, because the people that are in front of us now get more of us. We are more present. We are more physically present in our bodies. And we have this vessel, this one beautiful vessel that we've been given, and it's operating. Everything works and nothing hurts. And if you can't say that, if you can't look in the mirror and say, does everything work and nothing hurt, then you're missing out on an optimal way to be in a human body. So thank you, Danielle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is why you're a good songwriter. I love that. Everything works and nothing hurts.
Yeah, that should be a song.
It should be. So I guess one last question before we go. Why do you feel like the world deserves to know about this redox signaling technology?
Oh, I mean, it's a breakthrough. It's just, I mean, I feel like everybody's going to be on eventually. This company is just the ones that figured it out first. I mean, I don't know where everybody else is, but I mean, this is the real deal. So, and it's funny because when COVID came along, it taught a lot of things, I think, to a lot of people. But two things that it taught, I think, for me, is to take control of your health and take control of your wealth, of your health and your wealth. Both things can be taken away with one pandemic. And so this can bring both. I mean, it can bring both of those back into your life. So I feel like people need to know about it because there's so many people suffering from the poor food supply, all of the chemicals in every little household item that we have. There's so many toxins in our world that our cells don't always stand a chance. And so this gives us the ability to turn back the clock as to be like when we're children again and have this, the full amount of redox in our system. So anyway, I think everybody needs to know about this because everybody deserves to feel like I feel. I want everyone to feel this, and I don't want to see anybody suffering anymore. So I'm pretty passionate, and
You and me both.
probably a long answer. I mean, you asked me the $1,000,000 question, but I mean, honestly, just it's a breakthrough, and breakthroughs, like, they always sound too good to be true, so people push them away. But our job is, a part of our job now is, I mean, Shannon and I, we work heart, soul, body, and mind. Heart is my music. We open up the heart. Soul is Shannon's work. She works at the soul level with people. The mind is this new light that we have, the ASEA light, which is a meditation light, opens your pineal gland, helps you sleep better, helps you dream better, helps you live better. And now the body, and the body is the redox. And so it's rounded out our offering, and it's like this perfect like integration of the human, body, soul, heart, and mind. So yeah.
Well, I'm so
Lots of good
grateful to be
stuff.
on this journey with you and to see the lives that you're blessing just by sharing. I mean, we don't know what we don't know in life. And so when we can go through our own journey and then turn around and help people that are on the path, coming along with their own health behind us, with the issues that they're having, it's just such a blessing. And you've gotten to be paid in goosebumps with this too.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
I think what in the description down below the video, if anyone's interested in learning more about this, just reach out. Bob will happily explain things with you, plug you in, help you learn. Guys, this is revolutionary. And what Redox is doing and what it's going to do for humanity to take us to the next level. Because once you get your health back and are in balance like you should be, I'm telling you, there's another level of health that comes. And when you can be clear and alert and just have your intuition on point, I mean, it's just absolutely fabulous. We want you to feel this too. And so, Bob, thank you so much for coming on here, for sharing with everybody. And hopefully this message, it reaches those that it's meant to. So have a beautiful day, everyone.